Now let's talk to President of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, who's joining us live from our Abuja studio, Mohammed Ibrahim. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Let us begin with issues with the 40 billion naira end allowances recently released by the federal government. We're told that non-academic staff union aren't quite excited about the sharing formula, 75% for NASU and 25% for the rest. What are your demands in this regard?
Well, thank you very much for having me, and I want to appreciate TVC for giving us this forum to make things very clear to the public. The sharing formula can best be described as evil. Evil because here you are having, 4 unions in a university, and then you are taking the whole of 30 billion, giving it to one union, and then giving 10 billion naira to 3 unions. I mean, how best can you describe this? The issue is, for us in SSANU, and probably, by extension in JAC, what we say is that unions have no business in sharing money. Government is the employer of labor. These monies that are given in the name of allowances are not largesse. These are allowances for workers who work in the university, who earn it. And every member of staff in a university has his instrument of work. That is the appointment letter. The university has a management. And in your conditions of service, everybody knows that he or she is entitled to. This is about the 4th tranche that is being shared or given by government. At the first instance, when it was given, the right thing was done. Government sent this money to the university managements, to the council, and that such monies were given to people who earned it. Now, subsequently, there was a skewed, sharing formula that was orchestrated and manipulated by certain people in the system, where you give preferential treatment to a particular union, leaving others, cap in hand. Now, our grievance here is that if government is serious about paying these allowances that are genuine, that are also captured in the agreement signed by between it and the 4 unions in 2009. All you need to do is they have the figures. They have the claims are there with them. They need to send whatever money they want to pay to the universities. The universities have a policy, they have a management, the vice chancellors pretends over the management. There's a registrar who is in charge of administration, the bursar is in charge of finances, and they know who deserves what and who should get what. But where you give this money to a particular union and then say that they should go and share, that is where even the problem starts. So the glaring injustice of giving out this money to unions to share, yes, for me and for us, is totally faulty.
So you have now threatened to go on an indefinite strike if government doesn't pay attention to your demands in the next 3 days. Nigerians are concerned about why unions in the university did not come together. Aftermath shutting down our universities for 9 months. For instance, you have read with the IPPIS payment platform. ASU came up with UTAS. Why didn't all of these unions come together in the first place to present a unified demand, given how long it's taken to have all of these matters resolved?
Well, the onus of bringing the 4 unions to a table it does not rely with SSANU, which I represent or chair, superintend over as president. The university system is a system that has different, branches. You have the academic staff and then the non-teaching staff. For us, as a union, we look at the welfare and well-being of our members. And where it is trampled upon, the onus is on us as the executive to ensure that we interface with government, we draw the attention of government. Our protest now is telling government that, look, there is an agreement we signed with you in 2009, and then culminating into an MOU that was signed on the 20th of October in 2020, last year. And in that MOU, there was a 2 weeks timeline that was issued or given by government to a committee that was supposed to look at all the myriads of problems that have been listed by, in your news. And one of it is the inconsistencies and the glaring difficulties our members are going through in the collection, or in the receipt of their salaries. Then the national minimum wage areas. Minimum wage has been approved for workers. Others that are in the MDAs have been paid. All our members, and then other by extension members of staff in the tertiary institutions in Nigeria, have been refused those payments. Up to the 31st of December, 12 midnight, everybody was looking forward to, because government has been, promising through different units of its sessions that such monies will be paid, and that it never came to be. Now, some of our members who have worked for this country and have retired are languishing because they have not been paid their entitlements. And then we have talked about 2009 agreement, in which there is a specific area where it was mentioned that such agreements should be renegotiated after 5 years. So you can just calculate between 2009 and today how many years we have spent, and that even the 2009 agreement has not been, have not seen the light of the day. Now, government did say that they have re-established the committee, but till today, no invitation was given to SSANU or NASU for coming back to the table to discuss such problems. And also, most of our state universities are really going through hell because the funding is not there, and that the state government does not also look at university education as something that is serious. Most of the state governments in Nigeria and workers in such universities are today not paid in the last 5 months, some 6 months, and up to 10 months. And these are members of, they are Nigerians. They also have families to cater for.
Absolutely.
And that in the face of even this pandemic, you can just imagine how people are locked down and without salaries and without going to work.
It's a good place to live in.
These are some of the things.
However,
we say that we have to protest in
Mr.
order
Ibrahim,
to ensure that
one cannot but wonder
yes,
what the fate of Nigerian students are coming out of a 9-month strike by ASU, just at the time when teachers are saying they're ready to go back. There are fears about whether the structures in our universities are well equipped in adherence to COVID-19, directives, and now non-academic staff union are also going on strike. Thank you, President, Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, Mohammed Ibrahim. Thank you for talking to us on the news tonight.
Thank you very much.
Outside